business?
Slow.
Well, at least you still have your regulars.
Even in bad times, people drink. The Earl of Shiren has imposed new laws and taxes, and it makes times very bad for us.
What did you just say?
No right thoughts enliven me while my stomach's hollow.
You hear? Fill us up.
But you haven't had a right thought all day.
Maybe I'll be the next Earl then.
Oh, that's awful.
It's pretty clever. How do we reconcile
I'm
them?
done talking to you.
Very much.
Obviously, they have no idea how to settle a conflict without a fight. An apology would solve this.
I'm sorry. You see? There's nothing to it.
I said nothing wrong. Do you want to say something?
Just think of the battle you will have to fight together.
I'm thinking of my dignity.
I've collected our earnings, Richard.
Good. At least there's one person I can rely on. My sister.
Can't believe this.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you go into war arguing like this.
I asked for your money, not for your advice.
Obviously I can't talk sense into him. Obviously they have no idea. Do they often fight like that?
Ah, they're both very proud. Give them a few days, they'll get tired.
They don't have that long.
Can't we just forget about it?
I doubt that would help. Can't you do something?
I'm probably more lost than you are.
I don't know, man. There's very little to interact with here. The only thing I can do is give him the money, and at that point he'll probably just leave.
I don't have reason. There is nothing of interest. I didn't buy. I can't talk sense into him.
So what, we go back outside?
What would you do to keep people from fighting?
Dear Lady Aliena, you're asking a blacksmith. I provide them the very tools to fight. War, combat, and killing are my trade.
I doubt that handing them weapons would do any good.
It's very true. However, if you could stop a fight before even starting it by having such superior arms that it would mean mutual destruction, that would be a solution. Maybe the monks know.
How would you reconcile two people in disagreement?
Play is something that brings people together.
That is very true.
We carry the French game of fiège with us.
Oh, could I borrow it?
If you bring it back before nightfall, I see no harm in it.
I will.
That might work.
Do you want to say something?
Never.
He never wants to say something?
Now fight it out like real knights should. With a battle of wits.
Playing a board game. I don't know.
You're scared I could win.
Oh, let's begin.
Now, let's start with a careful opening.
I don't know how much experience he has.
Good choice. The general who gives in to anger will send his troops to their deaths.
Exactly right, Ali. First, I'll focus on defense. Let's see what Alonso's got.
Ooh, well played. A classic opening move.
Now is a good time to attack.
Take an advantage when you see it.
Sometimes victory lies in numbers, but often it lies in a single soldier at the right spot, right?
Yes, and I play to win. And here I stride to victory.
You reached the end of the board.
What a crowning! I got a king!
You call this piece a king? In Spain, we call it a queen. She's quite powerful and has a mind of her own.
All right, a queen then. Now I can sweep the entire board with her.
I don't know. You either press your advantage, but if you just lose it, I mean, it's possible that he used it as a trap. Wait, he just admitted he played the game in Spain, so he probably lured him in.
No, don't be hasty. The highest art of war is to break the enemy without a fight.
Nonsense, I have to seize this advantage. I've got a queen on my side. Time to rampage. When the sovereign has been claimed, the game is almost decided.
I could fight to the last piece. But a good commander has foresight, and I can see this game is lost. I admit defeat.
You ended this before it even began. Even a scribe would struggle making this an epic of glory.
This was about strategy, not showmanship. And it seems like Lady Aliena is an excellent strategic advisor. You work exceptionally well together.
He never makes compliments like this.
He's the tactician. I trust his instincts and experience to guide him.
But you yourself are an exceptional diplomat and businesswoman. You complement each other in the way you think.
I guess you're right.
If you are wise enough to trust this queen's instincts in this match, my friend, you two will indeed be able to take back the Elder.
You think we can do it? So, can I rely on your loyalty?
You can.
Of course, we're brothers in arms.
Simon is gonna die.
You've an important battle ahead of you. I'll bring you the money.
He's too green.
Here.
You must be losing your touch if that's all you got.
You're not the only one who needs my support.
But what's more important than the oath we gave to Father?
Kingsbridge, the people who took us in.
Well, if I die in battle, you'll know why.
Yes, because of your pride and stubbornness. Must you really fight? What is all this good for?
For Father, Ali. I will save Shiring from Percy Hamley.
But who's going to save you?
With men like these, I'm afraid I'm already beyond saving. For victory!
For victory!
For victory!
I see. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be at the marketplace with Philip.
And make more money, I hope.
Oof.
I've seen enough.
Oh, we need to give back the board game.
You've done me a great favor.
We are glad to hear it. Thank you for returning it.
We always pass the time on our travels trying to best each other.
Fabrics, good fabrics. Getting them before the Earl.
Have you finished your business?
Can't think of anything else.
Yes.
Glad to hear it.
Philip, I now understand why our market at Kingsbridge has had more visitors lately. Shiring isn't what it used to be. Steep taxes and strict laws have taken their toll on the town.
Is that so?
These merchants would give anything to do their business at another fleece fair, but there's none nearby. They need a place with fair taxes, one that can put those taxes to good use.
Are you thinking of a fleece fair in Kingsbridge?
Call him the monk and the woman he's with.
You, impatient monk. It's your turn. The girl, too.
Me? What? Did you want me to come with you?
No. We're not first in line, are we?
Well, lucky you, then. Get moving. Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge. The Earl of Shiring.
Thank you for hearing me, old Percy. Please allow me to introduce my friend, Aliena of Kingsbridge.
I knew it was you. Oh, it doesn't sound like you missed me.
I demand to talk to the Earl of Shiring. He has broken his word.
You are talking to the Earl of Shiring.
Bishop Waleran.
The enemies of this earldom have taken Percy Hamley from our midst.
Mother!
Do you consider yourself a friend of the earldom of Shiring, Philip?
Friend? That damn monk is drinking the blood of my earldom!
It is not for us to damn them, Lord William. But judge them we must.
I don't take as kindly to thieves as my father did. Shiring is changing.
What crimes did we commit then?
The king has never licensed a market in Kingsbridge.
Your market is illegal, Philip.
You are stealing my taxes by allowing my people to trade in your sorry priory, and you disrespect my authority!
Is that true, Philip?
I will talk to the king about this.
You and your friends have always played by your own rules, but not anymore. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The days of Kingsbridge Cathedral are over.
Now leave. The next time I will show no mercy.
Alright. The Pillars of the Earth Sowing to Win, Chapter 11, The New Earl. What you did. Aliana solved the sales conflict with a compromise. Aliana showed extraordinary skill as a merchant. Aliana gave Philip more money than Richard. Aliana and Richard made a fantastic team. Aliana returned the board game to its rightful owners, the monks. Aliana helped Philip to pay his workers early, and Walaran and William, the new earl, declared Philip's market illegal. That last bit all depends on previous story, I bet. I don't know, I think the fact that we managed to broker peace between the knights makes it more likely that he'll follow us our advice and spend his money more wisely. So I think we actually made the right call.
I had assumed that as long as the market was held within the walls of the priory, and the taxes supported the construction of our cathedral, Kingsbridge would need no market license. I had made a foolish mistake. Now I had no option but to call on King Stephen for help. And as Aliena suggested, I joined the knights on their way north to Lincoln.
Only one option.
More and more men joined our group. Most of them had no horses and no weapons to speak of. As King Stephen prepared for his final battle against Robert of Gloucester, he had ordered all able men of his earldoms to fight in the north. Then, at nightfall, our group reached a large camp of Stephen's men.
Walk through the camp or go to sleep. Let's gather info, because
many men asked me to pray with them. They were husbands, fathers, and children about to fight in a war that most of them did not understand. It was then that I witnessed Aliena's brother Richard shouting at a man. The man was in tears, saying he did not want to fight and begging to be allowed to go home.
Do not interfere or admonish Richard. I think it's important, like how do I put this? This guy obviously hasn't had much training. It's quite likely he'll be a bigger danger than a boon on the battlefield.
I told Richard to have pity. Full of anger, he told me that he would hang deserters himself if need be. Then the man interrupted us by shouting infamities about Robert of Gloucester and started to laugh. Richard and his knights joined in and began to cheer for the king. Richard seemed to me just as desperate as the young man, but he did not know it. His temper...
Yeah, that's annoying. I just skipped that last second because I clicked too fast, because I expected to have to click 6 times again. Let's just hope it wasn't that important.
After a long first day on my way to Lincoln, I found a place to rest. I fell asleep soon and dreamed about soldiers. But these soldiers were not on their way to Lincoln. They had come up the twisting hillside path to our little hamlet in North Wales. My brother Francis and I had tried to outrun them and to warn my parents. But as always when I had this dream, we were too late. King Henry's men had killed Mam and Da. Abbot Peter came to take us in, just as it had happened so long ago. But this time, in my dream, something was different. I was 6 years old then, and Abbot Peter had not yet taught us about God. But still, I asked the monk the question, why did God do that?
Yeah, context-wise, it was not God. It was a folly of man or something like that.
I had said that. It had been my voice answering the child. It was me. I was responsible for the fate of these children, Richard and Aliena. As I tried to calm them, I realized the blood of their father was still on my hands. I awoke with a start. It was as if my dream had not been a warning, but a reminder. I had sinned, and I had to atone for my sins. I prayed that I would be able to help those that had already suffered by my hand, and all of Kingsbridge.
Right to Lincoln.
After what felt like an eternity, the sun rose and we continued on our way to Lincoln. As we moved, I remembered hearing that Bishop Waleran had been to Rome, and William had fought in the Holy Land. I told myself that King Stephen would eventually see these men for what they really were. He had to. And I tried to convince myself that God would make things right.
God helps those who help themselves.
You are late. Is it done?
No. Their builder is alive.
What about the saint?
I couldn't get into their crypt unseen.
You disappoint me again, Timothy.
Please, when did I ever fail you before today, Right Reverend?
Regan Hamley is alive.
She didn't.
No. Your poison has left her in a deep sleep. When the time is right, I will send our Earl of Shiring to finish what I asked of you. Kingsbridge will fall.
Hurry up, my friend. Or do you not want to see our king after all?
I fear I must.
Then let's not waste more time. Come on, Philip.
Let's go straight over.
Where do we find King Stephen?
Who's asking?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
I've heard of you.
Good things, I hope.
Maybe. You can go inside the cathedral.
Where are all the knights and soldiers?
I should go first.
But this is a house of God.
Only 2 more days. If they know what's good for them, they'll surrender. I'd be disappointed if Maud would give up so easily.
My king! You have my sword!
Good! Who is that?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
Him. Now, what about those archers out there?
Ah, Sir Richard, you made it.
Had a monk to look after.
You should visit our enemies, father. They should be praying, for we'll cut their heads off.
Yeah.
Hear, hear.
Richard, not as relaxed as he pretends, still an angry boy, so different from Aliana. Horses. A disgrace. Stephen used the church as he pleases. The bishop will support anyone in power. We have sacred... Scared looking soldier. Another poor soul forced into battle. Looks so desperate. William and his men should have known he would be here. Is worse than his parents were. Wonder what happened to his parents. Let's interact with the scared-looking soldier first.
Father, I'm afraid. Come now. What are you afraid of? I own a mill. I built it myself. The only thing I was ever good at. I will die if I have to fight. Do you have a family? A wife. I can't go out there. I can't. You must not run. You would be hanged. But I don't know if I can do it. You must. When we go to battle, will you pray for me, Father? Of course. Of course I will.
Let's interact with William.
I will spare myself the malice and infamy.
Shields. Mending equipment, preparing for battle, hope they will save lives. Congregation, the Bishop of Lincoln, praying for King Stephen's victory. It's time the war ends. King Stephen, the king, if he doesn't help, all is lost. He is preparing for battle. He probably won't have time for us. That's what I suspect.
There's no two ways about it. I have to go out there myself to see what's going on.
My king, Ranulph's archers are only waiting for you.
They know they'll be at my mercy once I've dealt with Robert the Bastard and Ranulph the traitor. I doubt they dare shoot me.
Stephen, be reasonable.
Henry, will the church for once shut up? We are at war. Wonderful. Now, I will go out there without getting shot in the head. I must know why they posted the archers up there today. Just for once, use your brain. Think.
Yes, my king.
Disturb them or not? Well, the conversation seems to be over. Let's ask before he gets shot.
King. You? What are you doing here? Have you come to atone for having your monks write that heretical book?
No, my bishop.
So you continue to doubt your bishops, your pope?
Henry.
How dare you show your face here?
Henry! I told you I am not to be disturbed.
This monk should be thrown into a cell. Maybe then he will see reason.
What? Because he doubts your miracles? I have to admit, having someone walk over red-hot plowshares, or putting his hand in boiling water to prove he's innocent, is entertaining. I give you that.
Stephen!
But the monk is right, of course. There is a tendency that your miracles conveniently happen when the church needs them most. Whoever believes that to be a coincidence, or miraculous, deserves no place at my table. What is your name, monk?
Philip of Gwynedd.
I will make sure my brother won't arrest you. If anyone will have you arrested, it's me.